Hello, I'm John Cunningham, and welcome to another episode of the RedChip Money Report. For those of you new to the show, RedChip is an investor relations, media, and research firm focused on emerging growth companies. Our unique platform combines global multimedia with traditional investor relations, reaching investors around the world. Now, today's show features two public companies. First up is a special presentation from QYOU Media, stock symbol QYOUF on the OTCQB. This video will provide an inside look at the exciting and rapidly expanding operations of this innovative media company. Let's go to the presentation now.
Hi, I'm Kurt Marvis, CEO of QYOU Media, and thanks for joining me today. QYOU Media is a diversified media company that has a strong focus on the Indian market. QYOU Media, in many ways, has emulated a roadmap that was originally designed by the Walt Disney Company back in the 50s. Over the last several years, we've been building a suite of companies that all play a synergistic role with each other. And today, our Chief Product Officer, Jay Sparks, is going to give you an inside tour of our operations, both in India and here in California. We're excited to share the progress of our business with you and hope that this video will give all of you not only clear insight into what we're doing today, but why we're so excited about our future at QYOU Media.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm heading to India. My friend Tyler's taking me.
No, I'm not taking him all the way to India. I'm taking him to the airport.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. So why am I going to India? Well, I want to show you what we've built over the last 10 years. But before we do that, I think we should start at the very beginning.
Epic A4 intro, take one, Mark.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Q.
Hey, you, welcome to the Q.
Welcome to the Q. What is the Q, you ask?
The Q is the only network playing the internet's most amazing, inspiring, and entertaining videos 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Utilizing a proprietary stack of third-party technologies, we were able to source and license content globally to power our 24/7 linear networks. This was at the center of the explosion of the YouTube revolution, and we decided to create a vehicle to where we could capture that energy and display it on television for people worldwide.
Welcome you to the Q.
Hey, all you beautiful people. Welcome to the Q.
So how soon before you actually get into the Indian market?
My goal right now is really to establish the relationships here in 2016 and then launch in India sometime in 2017.
You are the best.
We were in 30 countries, failing in all 30 of them actually. And I ended up, India was one of those, and through a partnership that I formed here with a person by the name of Sundar Aaron, we decided to go and focus all of our business on the country of India in terms of what our business model was.
Okay, we just landed in Mumbai. We're here, baby. I'm gonna get the bags, hop in an Uber, head straight to the hotel, and go to sleep. Okay, we made it. And you know what? I think we did it in record time. Let's have a look. 22 hours, 57 minutes, and 50 seconds. Crazy. That's how long it took to get here. So I think I probably should go to bed. Meetings start right tomorrow. We're diving right in. I have a Netflix party I have to go to. It's gonna be a wild time here in India, and it's gonna be lightning fast. See you tomorrow. Okay, day one. Let's go get it. We're waiting for Krishna to roll up to pick us up, and we're about to head to the office. I'm excited. There he is, there he is. What's up, man? Okay, guys, we're here at the office. I'm gonna take you inside. I'm gonna show you around. It's gonna be awesome. Let's do it. So the channels are basically broken up into 3 buckets. We have the sales team, we have the programming team, and we have the digital team. And I'm gonna take you around and show you how they all work collectively to make all this into television.
Hello everyone, my name is Simran Hoon. I'm the CEO of QYOU Media India. We are so proud to be part of this team. We reach out to more than 100 million people every week in audiences in towns in India which are underserved on content. We educate, we entertain, the part of India where every marketer and advertiser and broadcaster wants to talk to.
Hi, this is Ashish. I handle sales at the Q. At this point of time, we're absolutely killing it with sales. We've got some of the best brands in the business on board, whether it's an Amazon, whether it's a Pepsi, a Coke, a Reckitt Benckiser, a P&G, a Unilever, you name it, we've got all of these guys on board. And from here on, it's just going to get better and better as we go along.
Hi, I'm Ashutosh. I handle programming for the Q. So my job is to find the best of creators across the country, from cities and villages in the Indian heartland. And the last few weeks have been really good for us. Our ratings have grown by 40% and we're seeing an upward trajectory, so onwards and beyond. So we're not just finding the best of talent, but we're also value adding by creating some really kick-ass originals. We are getting creators to collaborate with each other and make something original that is ours.
Hi, my name is Krishna Menon. I am the first employee at Q India. I am currently responsible for all the growth opportunities of the company, starting from digital. We are currently present across 110 plus OEMs in the connected TV space. We've launched Q Play. We are now looking at newer opportunities on the digital side and trying to cater to the young Indians, as that has been our core motive.
Okay, I don't even know what day it is anymore, but I know it's time that we just take a step back to revisit why we're actually here. And that is to show you how all of our businesses tie together. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at the Q roadmap and we're gonna revisit every single business and show you how they tie together. Good morning and welcome to another beautiful day here in India. We're about to go on a road trip to Pune to visit with Maxim Tech, our mobile gaming company. And I couldn't be more excited, so I'll see you on the road. But before that, we probably should pack. So we're en route, we're heading to Pune, going on a 3-hour road trip to Pune. Oh my God, 3.5 hours. So I guess we'll see you there. Bye. And I can't tell you how excited I am to show you the Maxim Tech offices, because we're going to dive a little bit deeper into their process of how they make their games, explore their library, and meet a little bit more of the team. 4 hours, 26 minutes, not bad. Okay, just got the room, no time to do a room tour. Gonna meet Xerxes down the lobby in like 9 minutes. Let's go. Let's go. I'm excited. What's up, dude? So we made contact, we're in the car, we're heading to the Maxim Tech offices, and look at this right here. So excited to be in Pune with my friends. Okay, so I obviously have a background in television, and that means that you have to solve 3 things. You can make content good, fast, or cheap. You can pick 2, but you can't have all 3. Now, when it comes to gaming, there are also 3 disciplines that you have to focus on, which is you have to focus on the storage itself, the bandwidth, and the technology. Storage, meaning that there's only a finite amount of storage available to people on their phones, and in India, you don't want people to have to delete old apps to install new ones. When it comes to bandwidth, people are only allocated a certain amount of bandwidth a month, and you don't want them necessarily expending all of it to play your game. Lastly, the technology or the operating system is that India is a very big country, and you want to appeal to as many users as possible to ensure that your game can play on all the devices that are available within the country. So that's why I'm very excited, and that's why I'm here, because this team solved the tri-dilemma problem. They're making low storage games, low bandwidth games, as well as their games reach all the devices across all of India.
Hi, this is Xerxes Mullen.
This is Sandeep Tusu.
We take care of Maxim Tech, Digital Ventures, Gaming. On the gaming side, we focus on 3 things: engagement, experience, and technology.
Let's talk about experience. When you talk about experience, we want our users to have the best experience when they're playing our games. We want the users to enjoy the lightweight games with amazing animations and graphics in there.
Technology is the building block of a platform. It facilitates, it enables us to reach out to our million users. It helps in engagement and experience.
So the biggest takeaway that you should probably have from seeing everything I've shown you the last few days, especially in regards to Maxim Tech, is that we're about to leverage all of our QYOU Media network, the channels themselves, as well as our social media influencer marketing companies, and just propel things like Maxim Tech into the stratosphere of awareness and have people download our games all across of India. Now, with that being said, it's time to go to the next thing. Heyo. Okay, so we're about to go visit another stealth company of ours where we're hoping to launch later this year. But, you know, I might give you a sneak peek. What's up? How's it going, man? All good.
Hi, I'm Anoop.
Hi, I'm Dr. Parul, and we are super excited to build this awesome app here in India while leveraging QYOU's ecosystem.
With the network of influencers, our awesome brand partnerships, and the access to 100 million youth in India, we are building something which will blow your minds. So the app is all about...
Whoa. No, he can't tell you about that yet. Okay, really early. You can see bags are packed. And it's time to head to Delhi. But unfortunately, I can't tell you why I'm here. So I'll see you in Bombay. And now that we're back, tomorrow I'm going to show you how Chatterbox is crushing it in their business. And I'm really excited to do that today because we're going to take a look at Chatterbox, BuyRockBox, Chatter Represent, Chatter Social, all the business units that are propelling Chatterbox to being one of the most explosive social media agencies here in all of India. So I'll see you there. Yo, what's up, dude? How's it going? Let's go up the stairs, man.
Hi, I'm Karan. I lead the talent division and client servicing team at Chatterbox. With Chatterbox Represent, our major goal has been to enable and empower content creators in the country. Over the past 4 years, we've done some amazing work with them, and today we manage 50+ creators exclusively. With the client servicing teams, their major role is to execute campaigns that have been brought on board by the brand solutions team. But additionally, they're also required to retain these clients and grow these accounts by bringing in more business.
Hi, I'm Ranali and I lead brand solutions and business development at Chatterbox. Over the past few years, we've partnered with some of the biggest brands across sectors such as Amazon, Spotify, P&G, HP, Nykaa, and many more to help them meet their marketing goals. We're able to offer a wide range of creator-powered solutions to our partners based on their problem statements. We're also developing IPs, managing brand films, running advocacy campaigns, and creating interactive and gamified augmented reality filters to help brands engage better with their audiences. We're extremely excited about this space and want to continue innovating and expanding on the go.
Okay, so I know I've said this a lot, but I really want to drive the point home. All these businesses that I've now shown you are all working together to get our messaging out there. Chatterbox, James Mela from Maxim Tech, all the way to the channels are all going to amplify and propel everything we're doing all across India. Okay, just landed in the US, and now I'm gonna take you around our US-based influencer marketing company because we have so much of you.
Whoa, Jace. I think I got it from here. I think it can hold this camera. Ready for my close-up. Hi, I'm Lexi. I'm the head of creative here at QYOU Media, and I run our QYOU Studios team, which is comprised of creative strategy and development, where we make trends and formats and really optimize our strategy for each campaign we do. We do talent sourcing and booking and casting and work with the top influencers and creators that are out there on every social media platform. They're out there, we find them, and we work with them. And then we do creative production, where we are really hands-on with our talent. We help them, in the field, really working on really fun branded entertainment projects. We work with vehicles, we work full production services here at QYOU Studios. And then we also do post-production, right? We do editorial, we even build like AR lenses and effects, where we really are a soup to nuts kind of creative shop here at the QYOU, really supporting our creator marketing campaigns, and then also working on original series development and really fun, entertaining projects in the works. So let me just stop talking, let me just show you around, okay? Mwah!
Hi, I'm Glenn Ginsberg, president at QYOU USA. At QYOU, I brought together all the best practices and experience from my years at companies like the Walt Disney Company, Viacom, Universal, and Marvel Entertainment. At QYOU, we saw an opportunity emerging where social media provided our brand partners with an opportunity to reach audiences at scale and with impact. A way in was via this new class of celebrities that were starting to form on these social platforms. QYOU works with leading brands. We have built a team and a methodology that's a bit different from others. It really comes from the mindset of both being a marketer and storytellers. And that's the way that we're able to really create efforts and campaigns for our brand partners that have scale, impact, engagement, and produce powerful results.
All right, I'm Morgan Barclay. I head up integrated marketing for QYOUSA, and I'm excited to say that we launched some of the largest campaigns with the biggest influencers in the world to open movies, #1 in the theaters, video games, toys, even cars. It's all awesome work, and our team here is awesome, and we do a great job. We drive the strategy, we drive the creative, and our partners love us, and we're gonna keep it going.
Hey guys, what's up? I'm Andrew Fox. I head up our partnerships, account management, research, and planning teams here at Q. We work with some of the biggest, most iconic brands in the world, from Universal Pictures to Warner Brothers, Paramount, Sony, MGA for toys. We've worked with some of the best and brightest in the industry, and we're only getting better. This is just the beginning. We are scaling like you wouldn't believe. We are hiring more sellers, we're hiring more account managers, we are executing, and clients love what we're doing.
Really happy to show you around. I'm super excited at all the fun work we're doing. I helped launch Q India back in 2017, so it's really exciting to see how it's growing. And I just know that there's so many opportunities for us in the US and in India to grow our businesses together and to innovate together and to really try new things in the next couple of years.
Hey, Lexi?
Yeah, Jace?
Yeah, you think I can have my camera back now, please?
Oh, fine, have it your way, Jace.
Hi, I'm Kurt Marvis. I'm the CEO of QYOU Media. I hope everybody's enjoyed this amazing tour that Jace has given us through all the different parts of our company around the world. That's really what we're doing right now, is we're connecting the dots of all these pieces. We've shown the roadmap during this journey that you guys have seen of all the different parts of our business. And what 2023 is really focused on is making sure that those arrows that go between them are really truly connected to create something where the whole is greater than the pieces that makes it up. And that's what we're all about right now. We're all about taking the various pieces and segments of our business and creating something from the foundation that we've built that has a skyscraper that grows on top of it. That's why when we talk about being $1 billion business in a number of years, that's what we're really trying to do and what we expect to do. So stay tuned, keep watching, and we'll look forward to making more videos like this that you can see the progress that we make along the journey.
Now, to get more information on QYOU Media, visit QYOUFinfo.com. You'll see research reports, fact sheets, presentations, and the latest videos. It's all free. You can even subscribe to email alerts to stay on top of the latest news. You can also call 1-800-RedChip to speak to a specialist if you have any questions. We also have a free weekly newsletter you can subscribe to at redchip.com, featuring emerging growth companies like QYOU Media. Again, visit redchip.com and subscribe today. In addition to our newsletter, you can also order your copy of Small Stocks, Big Money. This is a book written by RedChip's CEO, featuring interviews with some of the biggest players in the microcap space. Order your copy at Amazon.com for just $18. Next up is Graphex Group Limited, stock symbol GRFX on the New York Stock Exchange American. Graphex is a global leader in midstream processing of specialized natural graphite used for electric vehicle lithium-ion batteries. We'll learn about their strategy to expand operations in support of energy transition and electrification efforts worldwide. Now let's get started with our next interview today with Graphex Group Limited.
We're here today with John DeMaio on Cinco de Mayo, president of Graphex Group Limited. John, welcome to the show today.
Todd, great to be with you. Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure. And first off, I'd really like to congratulate you and your team at Graphex on rising to be a top 10 global producer of graphite anodes for EV and other high-capacity batteries.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that.
To bring our audience up to speed, why don't you tell us a little bit about the importance of your proprietary technology and how it adds value to the graphite industry, helps the world electrify this big goal. It's a pretty lofty goal of rapid EV electrification and conversion. Tell us a little bit about that in the background, please.
Sure. I think first it starts with an explanation of graphite and the role it plays in the electrification, ecosystem. So much of the focus is on batteries, of course. That is the heart and soul of electric vehicles, battery energy storage, et cetera. And batteries contain a significant amount of graphite. It doesn't get the notoriety, if you will, of say lithium or manganese, cobalt, et cetera, nickel. But graphite makes up at least 25 to 28% of the volume of a battery. So there could be 15 times more graphite in a battery than lithium, right? And as it stands now, there is a plethora of graphite in existence, if you will, on the planet, but not much of it is being mined. And that's a historic kind of a situation. So what you have now is a mismatch between the supply of graphite, particularly refined graphite, which is what we do, and I'll get to that in a second, and the demand as projected by this electric vehicle proliferation and the push for battery energy storage. So where we excel is in the refining of graphite from its raw material stage to its finished product stage to be used as anode material. And by the virtue of the fact that we've been commercially producing this at scale for over 10 years, we have a high yield production platform. We're experienced at what we do, and that gives us, I'll say, an advantage in the sense that we can produce anode finished material from a variety of sources, and we're ready to plug and play when we talk about domestication efforts in North America and beyond.
Amazing. It's an exciting time for you guys in this whole move and trend. We've seen explosive growth from Tesla and some of the other EV companies coming into their own. But right now, I'm really even more excited about Graphex' decision to establish a facility in Warren, Michigan. Even more that it's an auto parts facility that provided jobs in the Big Three region and now is shut down. How can it help gigafactories reach their goals in the U.S. to have some stable domestic supply of EV batteries?
Yeah, for sure. So, with respect to the Warren, Michigan plant, we announced that in early 22, and that was somewhat ahead of the real focus on domestication efforts. It was before the IRA, for example, before the bipartisan infrastructure law. And that was just a business decision that we made that, again, we have the experience, we have the know-how that was, as I say, born and raised in the Asian ecosystem, which is, let's face it, 15 to 20 years ahead of the rest of the world, with the exception maybe of Tesla. So we felt that we had something to bring to the table to support this electrification movement. Yes, it's a good business decision, but moreover, we want to be a foundational player in this electrification movement. I personally have been part of this energy transition long before it was called that. So it's really satisfying for me to be part of this and to see the momentum moving in that direction. So when we decided to make a plant a flag, so to speak, in North America, we had a blank page, and we considered a lot of different areas. I'm sure you're aware that there's a lot of activity in EVs in the southeast and in the middle of the country, in Kentucky, for example, et cetera. We wanted to look at Michigan because of its historic place in the automotive industry. And we found a location in Warren that, as you mentioned, it was previously an auto support facility. I think it did some kind of undercoating, but it had been dormant for a couple of decades, and some local developers had purchased the property and were starting to renovate it. The fact that it's in Warren, where GM has headquarters, where the city and the folks in Warren have seen an exodus of automotive technology, we felt that we could do well and do good by announcing and building a plant there, bring jobs back, and very importantly, bring technology, which is really a new technology, back into Michigan. So we've had discussions, and we have offers of incentives from the city, state, and local governments. I've had a discussion with the governor, with the mayor of Warren, and it's a very welcoming environment. So we're really excited about bringing that online. And like you said, it will support, it'll make a dent, if you will, in the demand picture. But beyond the plant in Warren, we have plans to expand in much larger capacities, and we're looking at sites and locations for that. So it's a very exciting time, as you mentioned.
No question about it. To your knowledge, is there any current domestic or U.S. production or North American production of these graphite anodes?
There's not any production at commercial scale at this point, right? So yes, I mean, when you look at the landscape of gigafactories that have been announced, it equates to almost anywhere from 400,000 to 500,000 tons of graphite being needed for the anode side. And like I said, commercial scale production is at zero. Sierra Resources has a pilot plant and they're looking to expand. They've had announcements and I think they're on their way to producing, I think it's 11,000 tons and then 45 over the next few years. But when you put that against a backdrop of 400,000 to 500,000 tons, there's obviously room for expansion. And again, we feel that our over a decade of experience allows us to quickly plug and play into that ecosystem and take advantage of the opportunity to bring jobs into potentially disadvantaged areas like Warren. And again, like I said, do well by doing good.
No, that's really, I'm sure the community is appreciative of this effort. And speaking to some of the incentives, how can the Inflation Reduction Act affect your business model now and plans to shore up this domestic supply?
Yeah, well, first and foremost, it really is by design motivational to domesticate supply chain, right? Like any legislation, it may be imperfect. Some of the timelines may be overly aggressive, and I think you'll hear that from throughout the industry. But by and large, it's moving in the right direction, and it has a lot of buy-in from both sides of the aisle, from industry, and pretty much by the consumer themselves, which is obviously the driver of this. So those incentives more or less require the supply chain to be domesticated. And again, we feel like we fit right into that in the sense that we are ready, and I hate to use the expression again, but to plug and play, right? We have proven technologies, proven procedures. We have a very strong technical bench. So we're ready to bring that expertise to bear. It's not, we're not a startup and we're not introducing new technology. So we're a relatively low risk kind of a play when you think about how do you bring, how do you do two Herculean tasks? Electrify mobility after 100 plus years of internal combustion, at the same time domesticate the supply chain. Well, we feel one of the best ways to do that is to get experienced players that are in that supply chain with experience in it to come and build out that infrastructure.
Yeah, and you guys have established quite a bit. You've got 15,000 tons. You're trying to get that capacity up to 45,000 in some of your current facilities, approximately $50 million in trailing 12 revenue. To me, you have a very compelling market cap, a real cheap valuation at this moment, trading less than 1 times sales. So what steps are you guys now taking to create shareholder value and have a strong finish to 2023?
Yeah, that's a great question. So yeah, we do feel like we're a diamond in the rough, much like graphite itself, kind of the unsung hero of the, maybe not a hero, but the unsung, component of the battery chemistry. We've spent the last 12 to 18 months really laying the foundation, really taking the pulse of the industry, navigating some of this new legislation, right, to really understand where we can add value, where we can expedite, our value creation, not just from shareholder perspective, but really importantly to the industry itself. So we're in multiple, not only discussions, but different levels of negotiation, we'll call it, with the OEMs and battery makers on the downstream side. We're also paying a lot of attention to the upstream side. I mentioned at the top that there's plenty of graphite in the ground, not a lot of it is available. So when you couple that with the real push for domestication, or at least nearshoring or friendshoring, what we're doing on the upstream side is aligning ourselves with mining operations that are either currently producing or close to producing, that are located in countries that are friendly, either part of the free trade agreement or not countries of concern as laid out by legislation. by doing that, what our goal is and what we know is the right solution to the industry is to provide end-to-end, as we call it, mine to anode solution at scale for the consumers, for the in our case, the automakers and battery makers. What they're looking for is volume and quality production, and we represent that midstream. Now what we're doing is bolting on the upstream so that, again, it's a end-to-end solution. We want to be the easy button for graphite anode material.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, sounds like you're growing a pretty substantial pipeline. Maybe to our audience who's not so familiar with the economics, how do you bring value to a mining company or an automotive industry partner and help them create value at the end goal?
You bet. That's a really great question, because in the graphite realm, a little bit different than some of the other, more marquee metals, we'll say, where a lot of that value for, say, lithium is in the extraction process, right? In graphite, the significant part of the value, not just commercial value, but also performance value, is achieved in the midstream, exactly where we play, right? So in dollar terms, if we acquire, raw materials from mining operations and at a value of X, by the time we're done and produce the anode material, it could be worth 10 to 15X, right? So there's a tremendous amount of value created in that midstream. So, when you look at the landscape again, mining graphite has not typically been uber profitable, right? And that's why there's not a lot of active mines. More are coming online, unlike mining for gold or lithium or other precious metals. So some of the mining operations are interested in coming into the midstream to access that value creation. Some of them are trying to do it themselves, right? Others are recognizing that, it might be a better play to stick to our respective knitting, right? And have them do the mining, take on, that's a handful, as you know, between regulatory, permitting, et cetera, and operational, and leave the midstream to companies like ours, but work out some kind of a financial arrangement where they can participate in that value creation. So we're leveraging our expertise and that value creation to secure some of these relationships with upstream providers. And when it comes to the downstream providers, again, it's our experience that they really value. We're pretty much a known quantity. We've been at this for 10 years. That makes us, one of the original players, basically. So that holds a lot of value for OEMs and battery makers that really need stability in the delivery, not only of volume, but of quality. And that's what you get after you've been doing this for 10 years.
Yeah, I can only imagine these win-win types of relationships are key to the success and the growth of these industries, bringing all parts, having the resources in North America to do so. And so that's extremely exciting. I haven't done a deep dive study on the compound annual growth rate, but I can imagine it must be substantial in this space. Why don't you bring it home for our shareholders today, our audience that look at these opportunities and buy stocks from watching the RedChip Money Report? What's your value proposition? Why should they look at Graphex today and consider making a long-term investment?
That's a great question. I partially addressed it, I think, a little bit earlier. When you consider what society is trying to do, again, electrify not only mobility, but really electrify everything, right? Move away from fossil fuels. It can be argued how fast it's going to happen and what the hurdles are, your charging infrastructure, et cetera, range anxiety, all the terms you hear about. The thing is, it's going to happen. And even if we evolve into hydrogen fuel cells, those require batteries as well. Batteries require graphite. There really is no substitute for it, right? There are discussions about, silicon anodes. There are some significant challenges with that, and it's not going to be a near-term solution. We will see, for example, anodes are currently 95 to 99% graphite right now. We may see that trend come down a hair because of introduction of silicon additives, lithium titanium oxide, et cetera. But the percentage of natural graphite will actually go up over time. So again, almost unlimited demand, kind of restricted supply, and not that many players that are experienced in refining it into the anode material that's necessary. So we're not, because we've been at this for so long, we have our own IP. We're not beholden to any government, any other company for licensing, et cetera. So we are ready to go. I always say we have ability with agility, and we're more than ready. We've already announced that we're moving into North America. We're going to do the same in Europe. So we're really a ground level play, I believe. Why I'm so excited, why I joined the company, quite frankly. We're bringing picks and shovels to this next gold rush, and graphite is really just now coming on the radar as being kind of the next, lithium, if you will. Right now, it's not commoditized, it's not traded like a commodity. We may see that change somewhat, and whenever you have a supply-demand imbalance, you're going to see, A, more attention, and B, more growth potential.
Amazing, John. Sounds like a fantastic recipe for success. I mean, supply and demand speak volumes, and this is an effort globally to electrify the world. I think the embracement, I mean, you just look at the road, you see how many new electric vehicles are coming online, how many, even the big three autos have dedicated and set cutoff goals that are quite lofty to be fully electric. So this is a perfect timing for you, a kind of a perfect storm. And I certainly see in your valuation today, there's a great potential upside. So thank you for sharing this story with us today. I really am excited to see your year unfold here and see another factory come online in the U.S.
You bet. I like to say, Todd, that electrification is inevitable. Electrification needs batteries. Batteries need graphite. And when you think of graphite, think of Graphex.
Now to get more information on Graphex Group Limited, visit grfxinfo.com. You'll see research reports, fact sheets, presentations, and the latest videos. It's all free. You can even subscribe to email alerts to stay on top of the latest news. You can also call 1-800-RedChip to speak to a specialist if you have any questions. We also have a free weekly newsletter you can subscribe to at redchip.com, featuring emerging growth companies like Graphex Group Limited. In addition to our newsletter, you can also order your copy of Small Stocks, Big Money. This is a book written by RedChip CEO, featuring interviews with some of the biggest players in the microcap space. Order your copy at Amazon.com today for just $18. In closing, remember, while small caps can provide significant gains, you must be prepared for the downside. Small cap stocks are among the most volatile asset class. Some of the companies featured on this show are RedChip client companies, and we may own stock in these companies. So please always read our disclosures at redchip.com. Thanks for being with us today. We'll see you next week with some new exciting emerging growth companies.